Okay, we're talking about how to do a Google Hangout on air. This is the second video. I repositioned my screen a little bit. The only thing that you can't see, there's a button right, see where it says enhanced? There's a button just above here that says off air. Okay, you can't see that. See where it says views? There's a box that will open up just to the right of here. It's called links. So if you want to send somebody a link to actually get on this, uh, you could do that. Okay. Now, I want to show you, notice as I, hover over here, this stuff appears. I can invite more people here, okay? I can mute my microphone here. I can turn my camera off here. Let's do that. And when you turn your camera off, whatever picture you use with Google appears right there. That's my picture. I can adjust the bandwidth so I can make this use more or less resources and come out with a video that is this really annoying thing is basically generated by me talking. Okay. But anyway, I can adjust the bandwidth, make a higher resolution or lower resolution video settings, and if I want to just leave the call, I do this here. Now notice down here it says start broadcast. I have not started the broadcast yet. I'll walk you through the steps for starting that. Okay. These are buttons that you need to familiarize yourself with. This is the chat button. The ones that I use a lot are the chat, the screen share, Q&A. Don't really use that. Don't really use that. Don't really use that. I have used this some. This is if you want to actually, during the Hangout, stream another YouTube video through it, which is pretty cool. And this is Google Effects. This is so you can put stupid hats and things like that on people. I haven't really looked at that all that much. Let's open these up. Hopefully you'll be able to see these. Okay, so group chat, all of that information ends up here very much like in GoToWebinar. If I want to tell the group of people looking at this webinar something, I would type it in there. Okay, so let's get, there's an X at the corner just out here. I'm going to X that out. Screen share. Now look what happens when I get screen share. I can you can share just the window for Hangouts, okay? You can share the entire screen of your computer, which is here. Or if you have a, and this is how Hangouts works really well, like if you're doing teaching about a certain software product, or you're doing a review of something, and you just want to focus on a certain window that's open, you can do that. Now, I currently have a window open for this piece of software that I own called Longtail Pro. Okay. And when I do screen share, hold on. Oops. It shows up there now, just as you saw me having to click a couple of times to make it show up. You might have to do that. Okay, so if you want to just share, if you want to just talk about this one window right here, without having, without showing the rest of your dashboard or stuff like that, then you would click on that and say start screen share. If you want to, whichever one of these you want to share, just click on them and say start screen share. So that's how you screen share. And that's cool. Q&A, this opens a whole thing for audience questions. Okay, it's currently downloading the app for that. I haven't really used that before. I use the chat thing, and that seems to work fine with me. It looks like in order to turn on this feature, you have to turn on a little earlier in the process, so we're going to forget that. The YouTube thing is cool. I'm just showing you the stuff that I've used before myself, except for the Q&A thing. I'm not used that because the chat takes care of that for me. So the YouTube thing takes you to this box. You can go to you have videos in a playlist. You can go find those. And basically what you do is you find videos that you want the people on the hangout to look at and to experience. And you can essentially stream these to them. If you want to interrupt the video and talk, you just interrupt it here and you say push to talk, and that will allow you to talk. So you could actually talk about something happening in the video. Say, here, hey guys, this is a really important thing, or hey, this is something that I think could use some clarification or something like that, blah, blah, blah. That's a cool thing. That's very cool the way that works. And again, I haven't really explored any of these other things. If I do, I will certainly let you know about that and shoot other videos. Cool. Let's do this. Let's just stop that. Now, to actually start the broadcast, you'll come down here and say start. Before this green button appears, there's kind of a circular blue round thing that goes like, 17%, 25%, 32%, and then when it gets up to 100%, the screen comes up and you're good to go. To actually start the broadcast, okay, you'll start here. Okay, now don't start talking immediately after you start the broadcast. It takes a good 30, 45 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, maybe it's 15. You'll have to look. Anyway, there's a little lag there, right? So it takes some time. So if you start talking immediately about important stuff, it's not going to be recorded. Now, once you start the broadcast, you can say, then you'll need to stop the broadcast. You stop that here, that stops the broadcast, but this is still going, okay? Now, to actually hang up and stop the whole thing, which like for, if you're familiar with GoToWebinar, would be like for ending the webinar, that would be here. Okay, so if you're familiar with GoToWebinar, this would be very much like the start and stop the broadcast button, which is on the top right-hand corner usually. And this is the, when you end the webinar, okay, this is where you do that here. So let's say we had the Hangout and we're ready to stop things, and you sign off, you click here to stop it, and then to finally wrap the whole thing up, you're going to click here and it's going to say leave call.